Rolfacrate here with some convention news. If you've ever been to a board game convention in the last few years, you may have noticed an odd-shaped large kitten and the booths, which is actually for Exploding Kittens. This is a very popular booth which usually involves pressing a button and getting some weird object to pop out through the bottom. Well, now they've decided to expand this into an entirely new convention. They have announced Burning Cat, play on Burning Man, which will be supposedly May 16th to 17th, 2020. You can actually be put on a waiting list now, though they say sale for tickets will be late summer this year. It is supposed to be a convention for playing instead of just a exclusive shopping mall.
Right. This is going to be the Oregon Convention Center in Portland. So if you're in the area or you want to make the trip out there to attend, you can. If you don't know Exploding Kittens, it was a Kickstarter phenomenon. It's a simple kind of almost Russian roulette style card game. Is that fair to say? Or hot potato?
Yeah.
Or it's kind of got a bunch of things with some Take That and some the artwork done by the Oatmeal, a popular comic series. They also did Bears vs. Babies, and they did one other
The crab
game.
one.
The crab one.
And the burrito.
And Throw Burrito is the latest one. So they've got a few games under their belt, and they've all been massive successes. They've never had a convention before. What they say this convention will involve, as you said, they're trying to... They want to break away, they claim, from traditional conventions. They want to make it better. And one of the big things they're going to have is something called The Ring, which will be in the center of the hall. And they're just going to have giant games in there that I don't know if it sounds like some of them maybe people, attendees can participate in, and some will just be their own people.
They say anyone is allowed into the ring.
Okay.
And they initially said lots of giant games. Mm-hmm. So they give some examples, but I don't know if they also mean like they also have a giant king in Tokyo, which another thing we see at conventions. Uh-huh. But the things they have listed was a Exploding Kittens gladiator game.
Right.
Dodgeball, except it's hairball because it's giant hairballs. A dunk tank filled with LaCroix.
Yeah. LaCroix, I don't know how you say it.
I don't know how you say it. I don't drink it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, I'm not sure if those are actually the only things, like it's more of those big goofy things instead of just giant versions of like Catan or King Tokyo, as I said, but those are the things I mentioned. There's also going to be a giant statue of a cat.
That they're going to light on fire, they said, to make the name literal.
Yes.
They're going to have a big wicker man, so be
Wicker
careful.
cat.
Wicker cat, yeah, excuse me. And of course, you'll be able to play games. They are going to have, some exhibitors and vendors like a normal convention, along with, I don't know if they're going to have panels, but they did say they're going to have some special guests, including Matthew Inman from the Oatmeal and a few other designers and artists that they haven't named yet. So I don't know if they're just going to be hanging out or if they will have a panel or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I first heard this, I thought it was like a little weird. Like, really? Exploding Kittens? But then when I think about it,
No kitten.
Like PAX is really, it was a comic from a web comic that's now a very big video game and board game too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
it's really not much stranger than that, if at all.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how it goes if it does become more heavy board game, because when I think of Exploding Kittens, I put that in the basket of more very like the gateway game.
Casual party filler. You bring it out for your friends who are not quite ready for other board games yet.
So I'm curious
Or if
whether
you're
those
drunk.
heavy ones will appear. Or will this be much more like the casual scene? Will there be a Twilight Imperium tournament going on?
Yeah, I mean, I'll get it right out of the way. I'm not a big fan of their games. I did not love Exploding Kittens or Bears vs. Babies that I've played. That being said, reading about this convention, it sounded pretty fun. The idea of the ring, I actually really like. And the concept of, you've looked at the booths, you're not in the middle of a game right now, or maybe you're waiting for someone to finish, that you could just crowd around and watch this insane gladiator thing happening in the middle of this hall. Sounds like a fun idea, but potentially dangerous and weird and terrifying, but that kind of fits their MO, I think.
Well,
so I like that.
Yeah, when we went to the Board Game Geek, their little convention, I enjoyed that a lot because we did more, I think, game playing on a casual sense because they had the huge library.
Right.
And I think that would definitely be is a big bonus that they have something like that, because then people can be more relaxed there and just be like, let's try to hit up that whatever the newest game is that maybe we weren't sure about buying.
Yeah, it didn't sound like they mentioned
They didn't
a
mention a library though. That's the thing. But they mentioned it's all about gameplay. So I'm like, will they have a library?
No, it's a good point because otherwise they're just expecting everybody to bring their own games, which doesn't sound like they must have something on hand. I would assume because most of these.
That's fine. It's just that you're putting a lot on your guests, and hoping that they do bring stuff.
Yeah, yes, and I wonder if they'll have like special. Like, what exactly will the booths be? You know, they mentioned specifically they didn't like that a lot of conventions feel like shopping malls, but they're still going to have vendors there. They're still going to be selling games.
Right.
So I wonder how exactly they're going to make that feel different.
Well, I assume, but once again, this is I think it'll work for the first one, but if it becomes big enough, it will become the shopping mall possibly, is that like Gen Con is because that's when everyone announces all the new stuff. And there's the problem of everyone's got to have the newest and hottest stuff.
Right.
So I think if they want to try to make it less a shopping mall, what they want to do is make sure newest things aren't released there. That this is literally, we're going to have a lot of fun. This is a party. It's a game night. And I think it sounds like that's what they're trying to do. It's the center of the ring isn't we've got a magic tournament going on. It's we've got giant cats running around tackling each other or something.
Yeah, there better be at least 4 of those cat booths around the convention. Yeah, I don't know exactly how big the Oregon Convention Center is, but we'll see. You know how much if they're trying to make it really huge or what exactly the limit will be on number of tickets that they sell to this thing. We'll have to wait and find out. Like we said, it's May 16th to 17th in 2020, and the tickets are going on sale later this summer. So we're still a year out from it, and they're going to probably give us more information as things go along. But I'm definitely interested to find out more, and there's always room. It's not like there's a glut of board game conventions. There's definitely room, I think, for some more experimentation and smaller people doing these kinds of things.
And giant burning cats.
And always room for those.
But if you are interested, there's already a wait list thing. So I would suggest going and signing up now so you can make sure you have a chance to get these.
Yeah, check it out at burningcat.com. We'll have a link in the description below. And while you're down there, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Are you excited? And what would you like to see from an Exploding Kittens convention? Or what do you think should be changed about other board game conventions you have been to that you'd like to see? Thanks for watching. My name is Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this has been Roll for Crit.
Get an inspiration token by supporting us on Patreon and liking and subscribing to this channel.
If you support us on Patreon, you'll get access to our audio expansion podcast. It's so good.